Did you know that advertisers, those are the people who write commercials and try to sell you things, did you know that they actually try to trick you? Yeah, they don't play nice. If we were to just see a nice normal commercial, they'd say, here is a product. It does this. It costs this much money. That's it. But advertisers get paid a lot of money by companies so that other people will buy that product, right? Companies want to sell as much as they possibly can because they want to keep making money. And they don't care if they have to sell it to someone who doesn't really need it. They just want to make money. So when we're watching a commercial, we need to be aware that there are things that the advertiser is doing to try to trick us. I have thought of sort of 5 that are good ones to look out for, okay? Number 1, when a commercial makes you laugh, it makes you happy and it makes you already think that this is a fun, enjoyable thing to own, which is sort of silly, right? Like, okay, a hamburger commercial made me laugh. While I eat the hamburger, am I gonna laugh? No, I don't find hamburgers funny. They're just, they're tasty, but they're not funny. But the ad makes me think that this hamburger is gonna fill me with laughter. And when I actually say that out loud, it sounds kind of ridiculous, but that's what the ad is trying to sell. So when an ad is a funny ad and it makes you laugh, it's using that to try to convince you that the product that they're selling you will also be funny and make you laugh and make you happy. Okay, number 2, second trick. In advertisements, you usually see people who are happy and who are very good looking, and they actually do this on purpose because they want you to think that if you buy their product, you will be just as happy and good looking and maybe rich and successful as the people on the commercial. Is that how it works? If I buy this new phone, am I gonna suddenly become super good looking like a supermodel? No, that's definitely not how it works. But the ad is not saying that specifically. They're just sort of showing you gently, look at this very attractive person holding this phone. Good looking people have this phone. Don't you want to be good looking? And they don't have to say any of that. All they have to do is have a good looking person holding the product, and our brain does all the rest of the work without us even realizing it. So the next time you're wanting something because you saw it in a commercial, you should think, wait a second, do I even want that thing? Or do I want people to think I'm good looking, or that I'm rich, or that I have a lot of friends? What is it that this is actually trying to sell me? Which brings us into point number 3. Advertisers often are not even trying to sell a product necessarily. They're not telling you about how great the product is sometimes. Sometimes they're trying to sell a feeling, an emotion. So if I watch a really sweet commercial, sometimes at Christmas time they have these ads that are just like so beautiful and they make me want to cry. Coca-Cola, their ads sometimes at Christmas time are just such beautiful, lovely ads. I come away from that commercial feeling like I kind of want to cry because it was so sweet and lovely, and I think about my own family and how much I love them. And those feelings are now connected to Coke. If I want to buy a Coca-Cola and I just like am sitting here drinking Coke, does that make me feel these warm, fuzzy feelings towards my family? No, but the ad makes me think, even just in the back of my head, that if I buy some Coca-Cola, I'm gonna have all of these warm, fuzzy moments with my family. If I want warm, fuzzy moments with my family, there's a whole bunch of things I can do that don't cost money at all. But the ad doesn't make me think that way. Another feeling that advertisers might try to make you feel is patriotic or loyal or part of a community. So I think of Tim Hortons commercials, and especially at Christmas time, they always have like this small town and the outdoor skating rink and the really sweet old man who's shoveled it every year in this community. And I don't even live in that community, But as I watch that commercial, it makes me feel like I'm part of a really beautiful little community. And like I feel like this is what being Canadian is all about. And all I have to do to feel those feelings is go to Tim Hortons and buy a coffee. And when I actually think about it, I know that's not the truth. I know that feeling patriotic or feeling part of a community is not about what kind of coffee I buy. It's about who I spend my time with and what I do with those people and how we support each other. And yeah, Tim Hortons has done a great job showing that on a commercial to make me feel like if I buy Tim Hortons, I'm actually going to start feeling really wonderful. So it's a very tricky one. And this one convinces grown-ups all the time to buy things because they are actually trying to buy a certain feeling. They don't care that much about the product. Okay, number 4. Have you ever noticed that ads don't talk very much about how much the object costs? Some ads don't even tell you how much the item is because they don't want you thinking about spending money. No, they want you thinking about how wonderful it will be when you finally have it. Even in car commercials will tell you often how much the car costs, but they don't usually say that this is a $30,000 truck. No, they tell you if you were to break that payment up and if you paid it every week for years and years and years, it would only be $120 a week. $120 for a new truck. And we know that the truck doesn't cost $120. You have to pay $120 every week for years to pay for that truck. But we start thinking that truck, $120. And all of a sudden our brain goes, hey, that sounds pretty reasonable. And it's another way of sort of tricking our heads into thinking something costs less than it actually does. And some ads won't even tell you how much something costs because they don't want you to think about that at all. All right, number 5, the last one, and this is one I think that you're already familiar with. Ads use peer pressure. And if you don't know what peer pressure is, what it means is it's when all of your friends are trying to make you do something. And it's much harder to say no when everyone around you is telling you you should do something. And how do ads use this? Well, they say everyone has it, or everyone is talking about this new movie that's coming out, or all of the really successful, rich, awesome people already own this item. Why don't you have it yet? And all of a sudden we feel like, oh my goodness, all of my friends already have this specific kind of milkshake and I don't have it yet. I want to be like everyone else too. I need to buy this milkshake. Did you notice this person doesn't even necessarily want a milkshake? Maybe it's Josiah, and if he drinks that milkshake, he's gonna feel really, really sick. He doesn't want a milkshake. He wants to feel like he fits in. That's a lot of the reason why people buy things. We don't buy things because we want them for ourselves. We buy them because we want to fit in with people around us. Have you ever done this? Maybe when you're going shopping for clothes, and instead of thinking, ooh, I really like this top, you think, ooh, my friends are really gonna think I look good in this top. So we actually buy things because of peer pressure quite often. How many of you have ever watched a movie, not because you heard about it and really cared to see it, but because your friend was talking about it and then you decided, oh, I need to know more about this. Or maybe you started playing a video game like Minecraft because you heard all of your friends talking about it and you thought, oh, everyone's playing Minecraft except me. I have to play Minecraft now. Okay, well, not everyone is actually playing it, and you will survive just fine if you don't. But these are all the things ads try to tell us. So those are our 5 things. I'll go over them really quick. They make you laugh. They show you rich, successful, good-looking people, so you want to be just like them. They try to sell feelings instead of a product. They don't mention how much the item costs, and they use peer pressure to make you want the item. Now, these are tricks that advertisers use, and we need to be aware of them when we see advertisements so that we are not tricked. I don't know about you, but I don't want to spend my money on things I don't really want because an advertiser is trying to fool me. In your commercial, though, that you're writing, you're going to take the job of the advertiser because it's sort of an important thing for you to understand how this works. And you're going to use one of these 5 things or more than one, and you're going to put it in your commercial. So you're going to take your rough copy of the script that you wrote yesterday, and you're going to change it a little bit. Maybe you're going to add a little bit to it so that you are now using one of these tricks that advertisers use to try to convince people to buy things. This is called persuasion. And this is when you try to use the very best words you can think of to convince someone to think something or to do something. So if I said, hey, you should go outside, you probably think, oh, maybe after I do something. I wasn't being very persuasive. I wasn't convincing you. But if I said, oh, you guys, the weather outside today is perfect. There's not a cloud in the sky. It is warm. It is sunny. It feels like the perfect spring day, maybe even a summer day. You should just drop all of your schoolwork and get outside right now. If I said that, you'd be way more likely to want to go outside because the words I used were persuasive. They were convincing. You thought, hey, yeah, I want to go outside. It's beautiful out. And I don't have to do school if I go outside. That sounds amazing. Persuasion. So you're going to practice using some of these tricks, and I'm very excited to see how these turn out. I will talk to you tomorrow.